Good morning. Hello. Whatever time of day it is for you. My name is Duncan Alderdice, and in this series, as I'm trying to get my life together again, I'm making daily short videos in the morning, talking through my thoughts and updating you on things that have happened. So, main problem that we're trying to solve right now, two things, is one, getting a direction, because these videos, like I've seen, there's another guy who's doing a similar sort of series, Christian. He's blown up in terms of, like, he has 400 subscribers, he's been doing it for 10 days. And his titles is like following Alex Morose's advice for until he hits 10K MRR for the business sort of thing. And so it's like, okay, well, like, yes, he's getting some SEO. Okay, well, we're going to fucking wait till the bus leaves. 1 second. Fairly certain that's the same time the same bus goes there every time. But so he is definitely getting some sort of search clicks because of the name Alex Hormozy, for sure. But the other thing about his videos is that, like, the title, there's a thumbnail, not like a particular incredible thumbnail, but you can read something on it, and the channel banner all are aligned in terms of, you know, what it is that you're getting. And when you click on it, you know what you're going to get. There's a clear goal, and therefore there's a clear condition for failure, and therefore there's a clear endpoint. So it's like, you know what story you're getting, and then when you actually watch, it's like a authentic video of him just kind of talking through that sort of thing. So that format works, and it's very encouraging, I would say, is because I've tried doing this thing before, but it didn't. Well, I stuck with it, then I stopped. Look, that's besides the point for right now, but it's nice to see that there's someone else who's doing something similar that is having success, but which then validates the thought of, like, okay, well, then if I did the thing again, but better, I could make it, like, it could improve. And so one thing that I'm just thinking is just, like, getting my life together isn't a specific enough goal. And I don't know, and so I have to figure out what that is. Like, I'm heading in a direction, and you first, like, figure out your direction by moving somewhere rather than just staying still and overanalyzing the direction to forever. But I think I can do that, and that's just a thing that I wanted to talk about. Because the other thing that I'm trying to do is, as part of getting my life together, is, well, the thing right now is I'm at home, like I've mentioned before, but getting a job, trying to apply and get to a job. But so that could be the title, but then that, I feel like that's too short of a goal. Like, I will be able to get, like, that's like a chapter within the story of getting life together, but then there needs to be something more specific or relatable, which I will experiment and find out with. But so in today's video, the thing I'm going to spend most time on, other than a blesser talking about the other things, is update you on the progress I have been making on the jobs that I've been applying for, because I've been having good progress. Specifically this week, there are 4 actually interviews that I've had, or screen calls / second calls, that we can speak about. We'll say the first one. Hold on, I'm thinking, because I see a car there. That means there's someone, and I get hyper self-conscious when there's no cars behind me. They're just gonna fucking raw dog it forward. This doesn't really make sense in this context, but so there was a job interview that I had Monday. It was a screen call with a company that does, they sell heavy equipment simulation training machines. Really cool company. Hadn't really heard about them. Seemed great. Culture, all that seems appealing. Screen call happened. Then they said they'll get back to by the end of the week. I was like, sounds good. I sent the follow-up thank you, going like, hey, to learn about this opportunity. And then an hour later, they're like, hey, what are your availabilities for later this week? So it's like, okay, sick. I like they move quick. Like, if I was a yes, why wait a week before you schedule the second one? So then that second guy, I said, like, okay, here's my availability tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the day after that. And I actually had other things, so it's cool. I was just like, at any time. But then I had that interview, and that interview went well. I got along with the guy who would be I'm assuming he's the hiring manager. What I like about it is it seems that there's a good team culture. There's also a good work-life balance. And that's one thing that I'm noticing that I need to prioritize for me, is a culture of work-life balance, because no matter what, I'm going to do more than what is expected of me. And so if it is a culture of we stay late, or we're always like work hard, play hard seems to be as well. We're working more hours than 8, and then we go drink all the time with each other, which that particular combination, I'm going to do 10% more on both, and that doesn't pan out for me well long term. So if there's something where it's like they will fit and the expected work is within 8 hours, I'm still working 9. so that's just a thing. But it seemed as well a interesting industry, something I think that was the main thing, is that both of them said that both people I spoke to said that the people who were selling it on the team right now were very passionate about what it is that they were selling. And so that was nice, because that was another thing that I was thinking about, is I want to be, whatever it is that I do, sell something I actually believe in, rather than just being skilled with persuasive words. We're going to go down that path at some point, but not today. Being skilled with persuasive words and getting someone to do something. Like, you know what I mean? Like actually believing what it is. So that's that one. I will see how that one goes. He said we'd get back by the end of the week for what next steps would look like. So I feel promising with that. I answered a question in a way that was good, that he said, I normally don't get that second part in terms of like, what is the value add to an educational institution? And I was going like, okay, well, number one, if the machine does the simulation, you do a better job teaching for the students. Then from a business standpoint, if you're doing a better job teaching the students, you produce a better quality student, and then you deliver a better quality education, which means you can increase your tuition rates accordingly. That's better for the business. He said that second part normally doesn't get, because the machines are expensive, which is what you want to fucking be, the most expensive on the market. So when people are like, other people are more expensive, you're like, then why haven't you gone with them? Anyways. Oh, my mouth is dry. It's the morning time, and I'm going to turn around. Yes. My mouth is so dry because I woke up 10 to 15 minutes ago. I brushed my teeth. But then you have like the toothpaste-ness, which is good to protect the enamel on your teeth. But then also, if you then talk to a camera outside while walking for 8 minutes, you just, that's just the tea on that. Okay, now there's another one, which was a second interview that was yesterday, an hour-long one. It was more grilly in terms of, there's 2 of them, they were asking questions, firing off, and then there's a role play exercise. I don't know how that one went. I feel it went well. It was a more corporate one, bigger company. Didn't pay as much as the other ones, but it's good interview practice, and beggars can't be choosers when you're looking for employment. And you don't have employment at the present moment. Well, I can't be a beggar chooser yet. It's like everything's, I got a big pipeline, but pipeline is nothing actionable. There's no offer letters. I don't have like 15,000 offer letters. I can go like, how the fuck do I have 15,000 offer letters? I haven't applied to 15,000. Also, rough numbers, I think in the past 2 weeks, I've applied to 200-ish jobs, and that has turned into, roughly speaking, somewhere between, I want to say 8 to 12 screen calls, probably closer to the lower side, but it's been busy. I don't know what that conversion rate is. Anyways, but that one, it was good. This is the second company, more corporate, larger sort of thing. More in the point of sale space. I won't get specific with names because I want to be able to say everything about them. Okay, so I see a car, so I'm now going to be obsessing about that for a while. Anyways, point of sale system is something that that's kind of what we were doing. They're asking about like experience, the way that I am, answer all of those questions. But the cold call was the one where I went, like, I'm not sure how it went. What was nice is because it wasn't just an super easy role play where I just kind of like the prospect just fell over. But it was interesting because like I had a list of questions prepared, But then the first time we went through it, you didn't dig out enough into this particular pain point, and you want to be doing a better job active listening. And then it's frustrating. And then the second time I did it, they said, you incorporated the feedback well, so that's good. But the frustrating thing is when you're doing a new thing, like I'm actively listening to everything, but I don't know the specific things that I'm supposed to be actively listening for. And so then that was that it just at the end I'm not sure how it went. I added them both on LinkedIn and sent a follow-up message. The one guy said that they'll be in touch. They only do a 2-round interview, which I thought was crazy because everything else, the shortest it would be was 3 rounds. The car has turned, so we're happy about that. So possibly could get a offer or at least nothing and them saying no by the end of the week. So that's good in terms of actual sort of progress. Then there was another one on Monday, which was actually a second call as well, which it was for a company. This would be a commission only role. But they kind of help people get grants, Canadian grants and businesses do so from the government. This one, the leads would be provided for me. I was just going to be booking meetings, but they started it like 3 months ago. So it's very early days in terms of them actually starting it, but they started it because they were in the industry and then started this company because they could do it on their own. So it seemed legit. And they seemed like cool guys. I like that one. And like the point would be to like, once you get good at actually booking meetings for the other ones, then you can move up. That was the role play that I felt very confident in. And I don't know why I felt more confident. I think because there was less of an expectation, so then I could show up more as myself. Funny enough, and also because it was commission only, I knew there was less competition for it because it's not nearly as appealing as having a base salary included with it. So then ironically that made me feel I was more qualified and therefore showed up more confidently and less full of self-doubt. And I think it's less full of self-doubt that I'm not capable, but when I'm unsure of what it is that they're looking for, but then I know I'm being measured against a standard, I'm trying to rise to that particular model or standard that they have that they're looking for while being uncertain about whether or not it's going well or poorly. And so there's like, how do I find a way to, it's like not delusion, but like just confidence that I am what it is that they're looking for, or at least confidence in myself enough that I'm going to show up as me. And if that's not what they want, then tough cookies. That's a new saying I just want to start saying. It's like tough titties, but no, tough cookies. Okay. So that one seemed to go well. They said they'll get back to me at some point this week for next step. I think there's a next step. I don't actually know. Remember? Then there was another one yesterday, which was with a founder. It was funny because this was a founder / CEO, guy with 20 years experience in this sort of field. Started the company, I don't know how long ago, but it was more than 2 months. They actually had, he said it was well funded, but it was weird because it was interesting because rather than a recruiter booking the screen call with me, it was the founder who sent me the message on LinkedIn being like, can you book a time with me here? I liked talking to the founder. Like he was very founder in the, not scatterbrained, but you could tell that he didn't do these all the time because he would begin by asking a question and then continue talking out loud as he himself was trying to figure out what question he was asking. But like the team, I think right now, he said it was at 5. They were going to market like a year and a half ago, but then the downscaled in order to work on the product more. And then that turned into, what did I turn into? It turned into something. It couldn't have turned into nothing. Then that turned into the product becoming better. And then now they're scaling up the sales team again. And that sales team, he wants to have 4 account executives that will be full sales cycle by the beginning of July. And it seemed like a good opportunity in terms of getting in on the ground floor and actually being exposed to what does a founding startup really, really, really look like. So that was cool. And then the last one, which was yesterday, which was cool, was this one that was, it was a company that essentially they create, it's an animation software that's like pro grade that the specific division I would be in is like selling to educational institutions, so that like either like a university level, like college level, like, or K to 12 level or whatever, can use a tool and learn how to make animations beyond just like drawing something in simple shape, but like something that actually acquires a skill, which is like a cool thing rather than being like sort of B2B play, even though it technically is B2B. But so they said, get back early next week. So there's lots on the table. I was depressed at the beginning because I was discouraged, going like, normally it takes a month for me to get a job. And then this time it's like, that didn't happen. So the job market's more tough. But the takeaway is you fail if you stop. So like, like, oh, I didn't get a job in a month. Probably didn't do enough applications. So then it's like, okay, well, I have a different strategy this time of spending 4 hours per day on job sort of things, and then doing other things that are like editing this video, which I'm having a lot of fun, and it's a good creative outlet for me. This video has gone on long. And I forget where I was going with it. Nope, lost the thought. But the takeaway, the direction I'm heading, is that you just keep going. Like the way to solve your way out of not having a job lined up and overcome the anxiety and frustration of job hunting is by just continuing. Like, just do more. Like you never know. No one hires in the summer except for the people that do. Like, it's never been harder than ever been to get a job, but people are still hired. So like, just keep going. Anyways, I know you know this already, but I'll say it again. Desire is what drives you forward. The pain you're going through is necessary. That is why you need to believe in yourself, because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. Lean in, aim up, and move forward. Yes, you can. Yes, you will.